The animal kingdom is full of wonders, from the smallest ant to the largest whale. Did you know that an octopus has 3 hearts? Well, here are more amazing facts you probably didn't know. Number 1. Caterpillars have teeth. They have thousands of tiny teeth along their mouths that they use to eat plants. The teeth are made of the same material as your fingernails and are used to scrape and tear plant matter. If you were ever bitten by a caterpillar, you would feel it because they can bite hard and don't let go easily. And if you look closely at a caterpillar, you will see its mouth parts move side to side like a pair of scissors. This helps them cut through tough plant matter, and also helps them hold on to branches while they remunching on leaves. Some caterpillars even spin silk pads to help them grip branches as they feed. In fact, it's these pads that silkworms use to make silk. When silkworms are harvested for silk production, their lives end up being tragically short. You might not want to wear silk again after hearing this. Number 2. A group of owls is called a polyemon. It doesn't sound like something an animal would be a part of, but there you go. There are different terms for groups of animals, such as a flock of birds or a herd of cattle. And a parliament of owls is no different. So the next time you see a group of these wise-looking birds, just remember they're having a meeting and maybe stay out of earshot in case they want to gossip. Number 3. Giraffes can't drink seawater. Even though giraffes live in hot climates, they can't drink salt water like ocean water. Their bodies are built to filter out the extra salt so that it doesn't build up inside them. But they still need some salt in their diet, so they get it from the plants they eat. So if a giraffe accidentally drinks ocean water, it can become severely dehydrated and die. That's why giraffes only drink fresh water from lakes and rivers. Also, giraffes couldn't survive in cold climates because their bodies aren't built to handle freezing temperatures either. If a giraffe's body temperature drops too low, their heart rate slows down and eventually stops. No. 4. Snails can feel pain. Scientists have found that snails react to painful stimuli in the same way that mammals do. They do this by releasing a chemical called adenosine triphosphate, which is the same chemical that humans and other mammals release when they experience pain. In addition, snails have been observed to show signs of distress and anxiety when exposed to stressful situations. This means that snails may be capable of feeling emotions similar to humans, including pain and anxiety. Therefore, we should treat them with the same respect and care that we would any other living creature. After all, just because something is small and slimy doesn't mean it's not capable of feeling emotions. No. 5. Tarantulas can't smile, unlike humans. They lack the zygomaticus major muscle, which allows our lips to pull back to expose our teeth when we smile. But tarantulas do have a kind of smile. They raise the front of their bodies and spread their legs wide apart, baring their fangs. This behavior is actually a form of aggression rather than a friendly gesture. So if you ever see a tarantula with its legs spread wide, don't assume it's smiling and try to make friends. It's more likely trying to intimidate you, so keep your distance. Number 6. Ladybugs can't smile. Although they look cute with their red shells and black spots, ladybugs don't have the facial muscles needed to smile. They also don't have lips. Instead, they have mandibles that they use to eat. So the next time you see a ladybug, don't expect it to crack a smile. It's just not capable of doing so. However, there are many other insects that can smile, such as bees, ants, and cockroaches. They do this by curling their lips up into a U shape, which kind of looks like a smile. But really, they're just showing off their teeth. Number 7. Lizards can lose their tails. Many lizards can detach their tails as a defense mechanism when they're attacked by predators. The tail contains most of their fat reserves, which are a good source of nutrition for many animals. By losing their tail, lizards can escape from predators and live to reproduce another day. However, this ability comes at a cost. Regrowing a tail is a slow and energy-consuming process, and the new tail is never exactly the same as the original. It's usually shorter and has a different shape. In addition, the lizard must also avoid being eaten while it's regrowing its tail, which can be very challenging. Despite these challenges, losing and regrowing their tails is a useful adaptation that has helped lizards survive for millions of years. Number 8. Jellyfish have no brains. Even though jellyfish are some of the most intelligent creatures in the ocean, they don't have brains. Instead, they have a decentralized network of neurons that allows them to sense their environment and respond to stimuli. For example, jellyfish can detect changes in water temperature and pressure, as well as the presence of food and predators. They can also use their tentacles to move around and capture prey. Although jellyfish don't have brains, they are still capable of complex behaviors such as hunting, migration, and reproduction. In fact, some species of jellyfish can travel thousands of miles each year during their migration, and others can change sex depending on the environment they live in. So even though jellyfish don't have brains, they are definitely not stupid. Number 9. An armadillo can roll up into a ball when threatened. This behavior is known as tonic mobility, which is a defensive response to danger. The armadillo curls up into a tight ball with its head tucked under its tail and its armor facing outward. This makes it difficult for predators to reach its vulnerable underbelly and head. The armadillo's armor consists of bony plates that are connected by strips of leather. These plates are made of keratin, which is the same substance that makes up human nails and hair. When the armadillo rolls up into a ball, its armor provides protection from sharp teeth and claws. In addition, the armadillo's high metabolism generates heat, which can make it unappealing to some predators. As a result, tonic mobility is an effective anti-predator adaptation that has helped armadillos survive for millions of years. Number 10. In England, the Speaker of the House is not allowed to speak. The Speaker of the House is the presiding officer of the lower chamber of Parliament in England. This individual is responsible for maintaining order and decorum during debates and for ensuring that the rules of the House are followed. One of the most unusual aspects of the Speaker's role is that he is not allowed to speak. This rule dates back to the 16th century, when it was decided that the Speaker should be someone who could command the respect of the House without the distraction of his own personal opinions. The Speaker is not allowed to speak except in very rare circumstances, such as when there is a division in the House and the Speaker has to cast the deciding vote. He is also not allowed to speak in debates or to participate in any other way in the proceedings of the House. Instead, the Speaker presides over debates and maintains order by recognizing members of the House who wish to speak and by ruling on points of order. Although the rule prevents the Speaker from speaking, it does not prevent him from communicating with members of the House in other ways. The Speaker can communicate with members of the House through written statements and can also use nonverbal cues such as facial expressions and gestures. The rule has been in place for centuries and is one of the many traditions that make the English Parliament unique. That's all for today. Which facts surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.